we really need to enjoy life more. And today just got news that two famous, one YouTuber and one singer, just died in a helicopter crash, and it makes you think at any moment that could be us. Life is not promised. Today could be our last day, tomorrow could be our last day, and it's scary. It's like super scary how, we never know when our last day is. And it's scary as well when we're not living up to our full potential. Um, and this comes back to a topic of our comfort. How comfortable are you in your life? And, what are you doing right now that's like, I can improve on this. Why am I wasting my time? Why am I wasting my life just, sitting around on the couch all day or scrolling reels or just doing something that I don't enjoy? And there's one video I saw online, and it hit me so hard. It hit me so hard because the words that this person said was like, wow, I honestly agree. And what they said was, there's no point of doing something unless you actually love it. There's absolutely no point of doing that job or doing that task or whatever it could be if you don't actually enjoy it. And I became a victim of this. A lot of people have became victim of this, especially our first jobs. I don't think anybody enjoyed their first jobs. I'm sure there is amazing first jobs out there where you can probably build a lot of friends, have good relationships. But staying in a job that you don't necessarily like is not gonna bring you happiness in the long run. So whatever you do in life, make sure you actually love what you do. Is there a purpose behind it? Is there a purpose in this? I think when I was 20, just turned 20, I got a job at a news station, more call it like a broadcasting station. It wasn't typically news, it was more like news on crime and what's going on in the world. Um, and I was there for about a year and a half, and I decided that, what, this job is not for me. I had days where I would just go there and go back home, and just time went by like this. And I remember those times, how I felt lost, I felt tired all the time. I was just coming in for a paycheck, was making decent money, was able to have extra money to save, but when it came to 5 6 days a week going to this job, spending 10 hours a day there, and that includes transportation, etc., there was no fulfillment in going and actually making money at this job. It was almost like the money that I made at this job was non-existent. Like, I didn't know what to do with it because I wasn't feeling fulfilled. I wasn't feeling fulfilled when I clocked in, when I clocked out, or just being there. It was good for the experience, but being there for a year and a half just really got me, in a stage where I was like, what's the point of all this? We're just supposed to get up and go to our job that we don't like and go home and repeat and just save up. So I made a decision to just, go part time. They didn't accept part time, so I was just left without a job. And I started a new chapter in my life where I was like, let me try doing videos and photos as a business, and let's see how far this goes. And I think the next week I had a job landed, and I was so happy. But the moral of the story is, guys, do what makes you happy. Know, go after the girl that makes you happy. Go after that job that makes you happy. Do what you need to do in order to feel fulfilled. Because back to the moral of the story, life is just so short. Tomorrow is not promised. So why not go after your dreams and go after what you want to do in life? Like, simply recording content for a lot of people or making videos is hard. They're like, I can't stand in front of a camera. I can't record myself. It's awkward in person. It's awkward when people look. But in reality, not much people care. What people will care about is the impact you left on this earth. And we only get one shot at this. Um, so take life but actually control your life. Don't let life control you. Control the outcome, because you know it's scary. It's scary because we don't know when our last day is. And if we put our faith in God, if we put our faith in, I'm gonna do what I need to do in order to be successful. I'm gonna go after what I want to do and not let life control me, instead of you control life. That's what you need to do. And obviously, people are in situations where they can't get out of. You know, where everybody's in a situation where they have debt to work a job. I'm sorry, they're in lots of debt, so they can't quit their job. But there's a solution to that. It's, what are you doing after you get off work? What are you doing before work? Are you doing nothing? Then that's what's going on. You have to have a solution when you have these problems where you're stuck in a position that you don't know how to get out of. You have to go overtime and work overtime in order to get what you want. So if that consists of you leaving work at 5 and going to the gym right after, then working the rest of the night, that's what you have to do. Obviously, do it safely. Don't overwork yourself. With all these gurus say, get 2 hours of sleep. That's just ridiculous. Obviously, get the right amount of sleep that you need, and obviously do it healthy. Trains passing by, but life's just too short. Life's too short to just not take action and do what you want to do in this life, because the faster life will go. And especially after you turn 21, life just goes like this. So these years, when from 21 to 30, are really important. Obviously, it sets a foundation on how you want to live. There's always time to change, and the time to change is right this second, because you have to sit back and reflect and be like, how am I spending my days, and how can I improve my days on what I'm doing? Stop the screen time, stop the video games, whatever it could be. Just be the best version of yourself, and good things will come. And take action now, because tomorrow is not promised.